Welcome back to the Stephen Good Show. It's your boy Stephen Good, fixing to bring y'all episode 5. This food here is brought to you by Mike and Jeff's in Greenville, South Carolina. And let me tell y'all something. They got some busting ass macaroni and cheese, and some busting ass fried okra, and some busting ass barbecue dog. As you can see, it's been eaten. Yum yum, come get you some.
It's the Stephen Good Show. Just a real one, chill one, let the good vibe roll. From the kitchen to the porch, everybody say yo. Feels like family. Welcome to the Stephen Good Show. It's the Stephen Good Show. Little wise, let the stories flow. Laugh loud, talk life, see the love on glow. Feels like family. Welcome to the Stephen Good Show. Stephen Good Show. Stephen Good Show.
Welcome back to the Stephen Good Show. It's your boy Stephen Good. I'm going to be talking about my current situation on episode 5. Recently, I was on Facebook dating and I stumbled onto this girl. Her name's Nicole, right? Okay, me and her been messaging back and forth on the DMs. Everything was good, everything was chill, you know. We started hitting it off. She told me she had feelings for me. I started having feelings for her. One thing led to another. It led to us dating. But unfortunately, the relationship between me and her came to an end. And I'm going to let y'all know why. It all started when my baby mama started tripping. This girl started tripping. Started keeping my kids away. You know what I'm saying? And guess what Nicole did? And this is going to be a shocker. It's going to be a shocker to say the fucking least, my boy. Oh, Lord. It all started when I gave her a ride to her neck of the woods, her stomping grounds. I took her to Walhalla. That's her stomping grounds. Okay. I met her family there. They seem like nice people. I even got to meet her daughter. And boy, I must tell you, her daughter's smart. I'm telling you, she's intelligent. For her age, she is intelligent. As soon as I walked into their house, it was nothing but a warm reception, you know? I started playing with her kitten, you know, got to hold their lizard. Their dogs didn't even bite me. They didn't even bark at me. And I'm shocked. Those dogs seem well behaved. But anyway, this is where it all began. We left their house, we went fishing for a short period of time, and then we left the lake, and then she noticed that I was kind of sad, you know, going down the road. I wasn't talking much, you know. It alarmed her. She asks me, "What's wrong?" I tell her that I miss my kids. And then this is where it all began. This is when the breakup began. It all began like 8 days later. This was her excuse as to why she was leaving me. She said she didn't want to be in the way of being between me and my kids. She didn't want to be in the way of me and my kids. She said it previously, going like 3, 4 days in, because I told her that my kids were kept away. But I tried to convince her otherwise. I tried to let her know that it wasn't her fault. She ain't had nothing to do with that. She didn't cause it, you know? And it doesn't seem to register in her mind. And then I try to tell her, you don't leave somebody at their lowest. And it didn't seem to like click with her. You know what I'm saying? So now my day was ruined. My day was even worse. She made things worse than it already was, you know? And I just don't understand how you could be so cold hearted to just sit there and hurt somebody and still sleep fine at night and act like it didn't even faze you none. I'm just saying, dude. You don't leave somebody at their lowest. You stick it out until the end. You don't just sit there and say, I don't give up that easily. I'm in it for the long haul. No, it was a bunch of lip service. It was a bunch of lip service. That's all that was. You just don't leave somebody at their lowest. She said, I'm going to be your friend until you get your stuff straight. She said, I'm going to break it off with you and I'm going to be your friend until you get your divorce finalized and until you get your custody established with your kids. I don't want you to give up on your kids, this and that and the other. I don't want you to put me before your kids. And that was the excuse that she wanted to hang on to. She wanted to make it sound convincing. It was one of her tricks that she had up her sleeve. And speaking of sleeves, I tend to wear my heart on my sleeve, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I get. You know what I'm saying? People are fucking cruel, dude. They are cruel, dude. They are fucking cruel in this fucking world, my boy. You know what grinded my gears that day? And you know what made me cry that day? It was the fact that she introduced me to her daughter. It was the fact that she confuses her daughter. That she confused her daughter that day. You know what I'm saying? Her daughter seemed to like me that day. And if that wasn't the case, she would have, showed me signs that she didn't like me. But that wasn't the case though. She was pretty friendly to me. You know? She was showing me things on her phone. You know? She was showing me her high scores and stuff like that. So, in other words, I have to be at my highest in order for her to accept me, in order for her to love me, in order for her to fucking be my girlfriend. That, That don't make a lick of goddamn sense, man. Real men and real women do not leave when somebody they're dating or married to is at their lowest. That's not the way it works. That's not the way it works. It shouldn't work like that. You know? That's not how a marriage or a relationship should function. As her excuse, she said, "Oh, I don't want to feel like uh, I don't want to feel like a burden. I don't want to feel horrible." Yeah, her excuse was, "I don't want to feel like I'm in the way. I don't want to feel like I'm a burden. I don't want to be the reason. I don't want to live with myself knowing that you lost your kids because of me, even though it's not my fault." She knows it ain't her fault, but she still don't want to have those feelings, right? A real woman would get over those feelings and continue being with that person. A real man would get over those feelings and be with whoever they want to be with, and make it work. See, the thing about it is I still would have gotten my life together regardless of whether she was with me or not. If we were still together, I still would have gotten my shit together. She wouldn't have been no distraction to me whatsoever. I don't let women distract me from getting my priorities together. That's not me. If I feel like a woman is a burden to me, then why would I go on Facebook dating to go look for love? Durr. I don't see how you can just piss away a good guy just like that in a span of 8 fucking days. 8 days in, and you already introduced him to your daughter at this point. That's fucked up, man. That's some neglectful ass shit right there, my boy. See, shit like this is why good women are rare in today's society. It's sad to say, but it is also safe to say that good women are rare. They're rare species, just like me. Even though I'm a dude, I'm a rare species. You know what I'm saying? It took me a long time to realize that it's a cultural phenomenon for women. You have to either have money or you have to be a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? In order to get you a girl like that, you have to be a piece of shit or you have to have money. You know what I'm saying? To have a good girl in your life, a girl that's rare, you have to wait on her. She'll come to you. You know what I'm saying? You know what they always say, good things come to those who wait. I always live up to that phrase. No, I'm not mad. I'm not bitter. I'm not sad. You know, I just wish I hadn't thrown my feelings out there. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's going to take a little bit to get over her. But soon enough, I will. So, it'll take me a little bit to get over her. And I don't think me and her may last long being friends. See, you need to ask yourself this. If somebody's willing to leave you at your lowest while in a relationship with you, then what makes you think they're going to be your friend long term? I mean, what makes you think they're not going to find a reason to discontinue the friendship? That's just things you got to ask yourself. Here's the thing that you also have to consider. Nicole's not the only woman that thinks like that. You know, she doesn't have this little structure going on. Oh, you have to be at your highest in order for me to date you. You can't be at your lowest. You have to be at your highest for me to date you. It's just like saying, hey, you're broke. I can't be with you until you're rich. See, that's a preference that is very common in the community. But you know what they say? We live in a capitalist country. Money fixes everything. Money solves all your problems. Know what I'm saying? And you got to understand is women love chaos in their life. So that's why they are more attracted to bad men because they love the chaotic shit in their life. See, I know how the game's going to work. I mean, I've already seen zero effort from her. So it ain't nothing new to me. This ain't my first day. I guarantee you, she's going to find every reason to avoid me and to not hang out with me. I see how it's going to go. You know what I'm saying? I was just used like a piece of meat, you know, took my kindness for weakness. See, she took advantage of somebody that was going to give her the world, you know. I was going to make her feel like she is somebody. You know what I'm saying? But people like her don't want stuff like that. They like chaos and money. And that's what it all boils down to. This concludes episode 5. And I'm going to see y'all on the next episode. Y'all stay blessed.
Yeah. Uh huh. Yeah. Welcome in. Yeah. Welcome in. Kick your shoes off. Couch creak, that old fan talking. Camera on. We just start talking. This the spot, this the block. Pull a chair, we lock it in. Good show. Just a real one, chill one. Let the good vibe grow. From the kitchen to the porch, everybody say yo. Feels like family. Welcome to the Stephen Good Show. It's the Stephen Good Show. Little wise, let the stories flow. Laugh loud, talk like, see the love on blow. Feels like family. Welcome to the Stephen Good Show. One mic, one light, but the heart's on 10. Cousins in the comments like, say that again. Homegrown, homemade, you can see the tape on. But the talk's so true, that's the thing you stay for. It's the Stephen Good Show. Just a real one, chill one, let the good vibe grow. From the kitchen to the porch, everybody say yo. Feels like family. Welcome to the Stephen Good Show. good show.